pool come through. Looks like Taipei Assassins going for a Karthus pickup. So it's interesting. M5 playing a team very, very similar to what they ran game 1 against Invictus. TPA running a team honestly very similar to what Counterlogic Gaming Europe just ran just a few minutes ago. Both these teams actually, once again, M5 BenQ, the red team you're seeing on your screen right here is Taipei Assassins. This is going to be an incredibly epic matchup. It's a best of 3, and the winner of this match, the winner of this best of 3, moves on to the $1 million match, that grand final. We're seeing who's going to win between M5 and TPA. Later today, Peter can jungle without that kind of buff, but Toys wants that mana to survive the lane. At the same time, they're pushing up for a gank.
And this is what you get out of a squishy AP carry going down for first blood for Moscow 5.
That is the perfect play right there. That is exactly what they need to do, is they know he's got a bit of a... Actually shove minion waves out. You just saw him do that now, and he's going to roam around the map and look for an opportunity. If they can keep Alex down and burn his spells, he can't do that.
We see quite low health going into a fight. They initiate down bottom. A beautiful job there. They called in to stand united for the fight. Deep Diamond procs coming in very big. He charges in to get the kill. Alex Ish coming up with that one onto Kog'Maw. BB trying to blast out the true damage. And we are going to find Mistake on the chase. Stanley is quite hurt as well. Darian coming down to assist the fight. This is going to be huge for Moscow 5 if they can continue to micro themselves out of the damage. Little Balls is left by himself as Toys flashes away. The triple kill for Moscow 5. Darian coming up huge. 4 altogether.
Believe that roam coming through, and of course it is complete control for Dragon. They could even go to mid if they wanted to pick up another turret, but I think they're going to fights come to them and then turn them around. Now I think TPA should put the aggression on. I think they have the team for it, but that's really the difference here, is that if you're kind of going in with those spells, it's much harder to turn those fights around.
See the blue buff going out. Alex Ish grabs it away, doesn't even have smite. 15 minutes into the game, Gosu Pepper goes down for this, so kind of a back and forth there. You did lose a champion.
During the WE-CLG match, where he was saying that you know, they've got to put those windows in between Karthus holes.
The teleport coming in, Toys now coming out as well, and here the Wall of Pain takes down Gosu. The Wall of Pain is down. Genja's going to be able to run out, and he just continues to lose his support.
Finally roam. He's not been able to run into these matchups very much. He's been fighting his lane opponent, stalking Toys here in the jungle. This could be good for him.
Toys not really catching him there. Huge damage coming out from Alex Ish. Will he flash over for the kill? And it looks like he may be able to get Landmass Q out. He lands it, makes it out alive.
And Stand United, TPA is going to look for another fight as Evelyn comes from the back. Expect all ults to be burned. TPA, they could be okay. Actually, Little Ball's waiting around. If they go in, he's going to be in good shape.
Yeah, that teleport's just coming up for TPA Toys. Here we go, on to BB. So much damage. He tries to cleanse. He looks like he's going to make it out of this one. Just on the outside of Gosu's absolute zero. They do a ton of damage. TPA cannot stay in the fight with the amount coming out from Genja. He is just able to focus whoever he wants from the backside. And you can see Diamond creating such a frontline presence. Well, as I just said, the tank. But we look over to Darian's side. He's gone for Triforce. Nobody on their team is really building to be that single tank. Is their amount of power really allowing them? But Alex Ish coming in huge right here on the top turret. It has been prepped to be taken down, but his focus is only Stanley coming up with the kill and able to make it out. 8-3. Alex again providing for himself.
And just over and over, he's got a safe lane and just turns it around to gold.
Here comes the absolute zero. Big damage on Mistake. It procs. Another shot could come in. He might leave this one to Diamond. Mistake is not the focus anymore. Little Balls gets taken down as he tries to come in. Darian picking that one up. And again, they'll get another one. It's going to be Mistake as well. Here comes Toys. Toys could get dropped. The heal coming out. If he can turn and fire, they may be able to stop it, but there's no mana. It's only going to be Toys having his way with bottom lane now. So 4 for 1. Alex stays alive.
It's interesting because I guess, you know, because he got this early kill, he's able to push forward. Rushing that Trinity Force allowed him to really be a huge menace overall in battles. It let him out-duel Stanley, pretty much. It let him to kind of stop counter pushes.
You see the Wall of Pain going down, and you can see the confidence coming from Moscow 5. They are waltzing through this fight right now. Taipei Assassins with Darian on the outside. 4v1 right now. Darian taking all the hits. The Guardian Angel not even popped. We see Alex Ish going into the middle of the fight. Mistake could go down here. He will fall to Genja. We see coming up huge. BB onto Alex. The area of effect damage not going to be coming out for them anymore, and they are forced out of this fight. TPA using the turret to their advantage here. A good kill coming out from Darian as he takes down Little Balls. Back another few. They go into the fight. We saw that happen. You just explained. Darian, I'll take all the damage. Alex Ish flashed right into the fight. Both of those were wasting so many cooldowns while staying alive and able to trade back. This has brought them now 13-6. They have an over 10,000 gold lead just about, and it's going to be 28 minutes into the matchup. This spells Baron.
M5 going to make a good move for this. I think they're more trying to bait a battle out here. They were trying to sneak it because they only sent 3 members there. They wanted to try to put some damage in. They had ward coverage. They needed to get back out pretty safely. But Alex on the flank.
Alex is coming in from behind. This is what we said he would do. He goes away from Toys. You can see him just blowing all the cooldowns. They've separated from the fight. Genja as well, or BB rather. BB trying to come in with that passive. The Requiem goes down, and it's not going to be enough damage. Genja more than happy to stay in the fight. Fires down on Little Balls. Mistake is in his eyes next. Gets the double kill, the triple kill. No, Alex, he's picking up Shen, and they're going to have an open turret for that first inhibitor in mid, but it looks like they're making a straight beeline for Baron.
That is the right play. Once again, they had simply separated the champions perfectly. You saw Diamond kind of go in and out against Toys and Arthas, and it simply kind of require him to stand there out of range of anyone else. It was just perfect positioning. It's a free push onto Baron, of course, with no one else alive. They don't need to wait around for Darian to revive. It's not that big of a deal. They'll simply pick up the buff, pick up the golden experience, walk themselves back out very safely. They've got time to recall. Not a big deal. His replay's coming out. Let's see exactly what went down.
Moscow 5 now controls the team fights within this game. Genja, Gosu, Pepper, and Diamond still holding that Baron buff. Very strong in their own rights. With Darian on the front side, the Guardian Angel just about to come back up for him in about 5 seconds. This is why he's pushing the turret so hard. If it comes back in this fight, it's going to be huge. There's so much focus on him, and they're not going to see it come back up. BB going down, has to cleanse out of this one. Toys is just standing there doing so much damage. It doesn't look like the focus is that right for Moscow 5, but they're avoiding all the damage that they need to. An ace coming out for them, a triple kill coming out for Genja, and it looks like they may be able to push on to the Nexus turrets in this one. They have a lot of tank behind their champions. Diamond and Gosu on the front. The first Nexus turret goes down 23-7, 31 minutes into the game. That's all Moscow 5 needed for game 1 as they take it from TPA.
Wow, what a perfect play right there. That was amazing. M5 BenQ, heal and an attack speed buff. Tarek, a decent enough front line. Maokai, a front line. Orianna able to provide shield and durability, and it's just like, guys, let's all just put our cards, let's put our eggs in a BB's basket, let's give him a nice big backpack. Getting prepared for the World Finals to take place on Saturday. Moscow 5 BenQ, they are 1 game away from qualifying themselves for that grand final. It's 1-0 in this best of 3. They are winning in this matchup. M5 wants this. TPA needs this to stay alive.
Getting that sapling pull. There's going to be a little bit of an invasion here as they saw Darian leaving the bush. They're being very quick on this as well. They have given up the fact that they are now in the jungle, and we're going to see a rotation here that top side. Moscow 5 is going to start going after the other blue as well. TPA is going back though. Freak, this could completely be a strategy where they push that in there and then they're going to be waiting for this fight. However, they don't know how many members are on the other side, so they're really walking into danger here.
Oh, they got spotted. I mean, their opening play was really cool. Use saplings, use traps, put some wards down. Make sure you keep track of the opposition. They know their level 1 is so much stronger. And they've got the stun on the Gosu Pepper.
Gosu not looking good, and this may be the first blood coming out, and BB comes up strong. A full assist to the rest of the team.
He's not even going to bother casting.
It's going on to Gosu. He blew one of those as he went down, so that lane is going to be aggressive, but they're going to be looking for fast kills and then to get back out. Freak, they have no vision to be safe in that lane. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, another invasion coming in here. The red buff dot, or the dot, is still there for Diamond. He can see that they're taking this because the skull is still on the map for him. He looks to go in. He will not be able to get it. It goes to Maokai, and they're going to be forced. No, actually, Little Balls, or he did get that, sorry. Diamond does pick up his red buff. They take out Mistake in this situation. Alex coming up with a kill for himself. Genja forcing himself into this fight, flashing over the wall. And BB rather could pick himself up a kill here. Beautiful shield coming from Orianna.
And that makes it 3-1 overall. These invasions so strong from TPA. We said they had a better level 1 team. They're happy.
Mentioned she has not fought yet, so the aggression in the lane can really be thwarted if Diamond finds himself top at the right time. A lot of mana being used here by Alex Ish. He's going to be thrown in, but Diamond's there once again. The 3v2 situation rather. Alex not in a good position, not level 6, and he will go down. Diamond cannot assist.
And that is, again, them putting the pressure on over and over and over again. And this is really a good deal. It's only 400 gold. While you go by, BB, I'm going to go support someone else on the map. Let's put a gank together. Let's go ahead and make this happen. Let's make that fight go down. And look at that, a beautiful start.
Oh, wow. They get Genjo right out. They are able to take him down. Mistake picking himself up a kill. BB kind of focusing back there. They may be able to get another kill. They forced a flash on Gosu.
M5 would love to let this kind of sit down and, just let turrets take a bit of damage and just let that, fight equal out.
Alex East in a dangerous spot. He throws down the chrono shift. They're still attacking, and they allow him to go down. But there's a little bit of crowd control here still. Can they go for it? And they will. Drop him a second time with that Ignite on. Diamond trying to go for the kill, but Little Boss flashes out perfectly on top of the ward. The teleport comes in from Stanley, and it looks like they may continue to dive. The flash is forced out. So many.
Look at the gap now. It's 132 to 158. Genja is catching up. That's exactly what M5 wanted. Is Genja? He's got to get closer and closer on those items. He's got Phantom Dancer, but he needs Zerkreaves. He needs Infinity Edge.
Going after Alex. He does not have his ultimate up. Stanley able to take him down, but this is going to be the fight between Alex and Stanley and Diamond rather. Too much speed coming from Nidalee, the escape artist in that Cougar form. And we're going to have to see if they go for this now. TPA trying to force down onto the Baron. It looks like it will be theirs. Darian just on the other side, about to throw a ghoul over, but it's not going to be enough. Do they pursue him? No. They looked like they were going to be the side of the wall for another twisted advance attack. Stanley finds no mana for him, though, but it's not going to be any cost for him in that form. Continues the pressure on, gets as much as he can, and really Freak, what they're doing right now is just they've finally given themselves these windows to take major advantages and push on through more. Oh, Genja taking so much damage from Stanley, but he's able to trade it back here. He may have enough mana to get this. That W is still on. Throws out the living artillery, but here goes Baby! Slams him against the wall. The Yorick ulti is on, so he will come back to life, but he's instantly brought back down again. Trying to stay in this fight. It is going to be Diamond Procs going down. A huge initiation for BB, and he finally falls. The shutdown going to Darian in this fight. Alex East's chrono shift is down. Darian there to keep that pressure on. Gosu can lock them down on the turret. Stanley gets out of that, and it's just huge pressure from Taipei Assassins right now. Darian is, however, able to clean up a few kills for his team. It's now 3-3, a 4-3 now. Finally, the last auto attack and double kill for Toys. The ace onto Moscow 5.
He almost killed Lil Boss by running a freaking bomb into him. But they did survive that one overall. This turret low enough they could backdoor it. Toys, yep, there's the shield. Says Lil Boss, come on, dude, thank you. She almost died to the turret as a result there. TPA
it's into that bush, that passive going to give him some movement speed, and you can see him turning around knowing the aggression. TPA now going on to the Baron. It looks like they will be able to grab this one down. Will be nice for them. They wait on it though. If they can get some damage, it will stop the Baron from healing. They keep that tick in. They're just waiting for them to come out. They're really baiting this fight out. They know that M5 is too spread out. Coming in from the side, it's going to be Diamond. He tries to steal it on Udyr, and he's not going to make it out alive. BB takes him down 13-4. A huge push by TPA coming up.
And that was really smart how they played that one out, because they kept trying to bait Diamond into flash over the wall. They did not want to risk that smite. You saw, again, with the WECLG match, where they had control over Baron, they knew they'd probably get it, but Snoopy was afraid of getting out-smited. And they went, okay, we'll push it. Okay, hold on. All right, now Kog'Maw got vision. Okay, but wards are swept. Okay, go back in. And they bursted it down at the last second. You saw Diamond's flash come in after Baron was killed, because they just psyched him out enough to get full control.
You know, Freak, oh my god, coming in so big. Genja, chrono shift down, but they continue to fight him. Genja will come back up, but he's going to be obliterated once more. No, he makes it out towards the top side. We do see that Darian falls. Genja forced away from and then back towards his turret. A double kill coming in. Huge game for BB here as he comes in to finish off this one with his team, focusing down onto Diamond, but it should be the inhibitor. They're going to gain some huge ground here as they turn Moscow 5's base into shambles. Moscow 5 not exactly flustered, but I think this is the first time we have seen them not be able to answer his strategy. The suffocation from Taipei Assassins just too much. Huge damage coming from that Orianna shockwave, but she is forced to bring it back. No, yes, coming out huge. Toys just back down to his team, and it's going to be that first Nexus turret, the second Nexus turret, the Nexus now, a game 3, Moscow 5 forced to defend on the fountain, and it's going to be a huge matchup. Your first semifinal match going into a best of 3 between Taipei and Moscow 5.
And what moves for his team, but without that crazy Vayne scaling, without the crazy Orianna scaling, I don't know, it feels like a very different composition here where, I don't like TPA playing split push. I don't like TPA playing for the late game because they've got Nunu Kog'Maw with
both teams as we come into the semifinal match. Moscow 5 BenQ versus Taipei Assassins. One team is going home, and one team is going on to the World Finals.
Yeah, these teams are guaranteed $150,000 for being one of the 4 best teams in the world. By all rights, the 4 best teams in the world. You're seeing them in front of you today. After this match, we've got another semifinal as Counterlogic Gaming Europe does
prep for a kill. Alex Each looks like he's grabbing Wraiths and may head down for an assistance here. But they have to know that a lot of time has been taken, so what do they consider to be something that's worth their time right now?
Genja's baiting out because he's got a bunch of teammates coming in. Darian flanking around the back. This is going to be bad.
This is going to be big, and there is Darian. They did spend enough time down bottom taking out BB.
Nice move overall. You're going to see now.
That's going to be very effective for him in these upcoming fights. Taipei Assassins, up until this point, it went a lot faster than last game. Oh, Genja getting aggressed down here, down in the bottom. It does not look like he's in a happy place, and it looks like the ultimate will be able to wipe him out. He will not be in position for Cathian's surprise. A little bit on mistake. More than happy to take it as they wipe out that wave as well, trying to stop the damage on the turret. You can see Toys clearing the experience as they just continue to deny. And this is really considerable in a fight, especially on BB. If you can separate him from mistake, there is not much peel that will stop the fight from happening. Stanley off on the side, but gets the fight very quickly. True Shot Barrage going out. Looks like the blue buff actually goes to Toys on that one. Again, stealing a buff for himself. Actually stole Dragon last time. The initiation goes down. This is the damage that they needed. They are able to get a good amount down. They do drop 1 for 1 right now. BB finds himself on the ground. The focus on Stanley, but it is the escape artist Nidalee to flash out alive, and they're only able to grab 2 for Gosu. A huge fight for Moscow 5.
And that was an unfortunate initiation. TPA burned all of their cooldowns on Ngozi Pepper, but they were all grouped together. They were just touching each other, holding hands, and getting just crushed down by Absolute Zero, getting crushed down by Shyvana's initiation, and the barrels coming out from Alex Ish. That was the exact fight they needed, killing out the AD carry. M5 now has map control, and they're going to immediately jump for the biggest thing they can. They've got to risk it here. They're going for Baron.
They put Genja in the right spot. If they did not have him for this, they would not be attempting Baron. But good pressure now coming in from Stanley. They have a Nivea on the right side, and that just spells too much burst damage for them. They back off.
And that's longer, even if they misstep.
Really just super safe play around Baron. You see Stanley putting down the bushwhacks, acting as semi-wards. Obviously the team has to walk through them. They start to clear out the Baron pit, and they go to force the fight again. They may have waited a little too long as they were pushing away Moscow 5 there during that portion of time when they were back to base. There it is, the crescendo going off, missing the entire team. Stanley all by himself, forcing Gosu out of the fight. He won't even be assisted. And it is going to be huge damage onto Toys. Diamond now forced out. You can see the area of effect coming from that Anivia ultimate has completely spread out Moscow 5's team. They're all forced to get kills now. The mobility of this team, however, allows them to catch up in these ganks. You can see just how spread out. Genja had to go to the left. You saw them going to the right. Gosu Pepper did go down in that fight as Stanley right now. They are in the best possible sorts of their summoner spells and abilities. However, the items in favor of TPA. So it's really going to have to focus this fight perfectly. Darian getting locked up. He took a little bit of damage. That's going to be a tower for TPA as they solidified their advantage a little bit more. They're going to start pushing all of these waves down. You can see the pings going back. They're saying, let's make sure none of the buffs are there. Let's deny everything we can in their camps and only give them the small waves that are coming in. And that's the thing that's going to hurt Genja as well. He doesn't have a lane to farm. He's only picking up minions every so often with his team clearing these waves. So he's not going to get that Infinity Edge super soon.
An aggressive move in, and there's the crescendo.
That's going to be big damage. Darian will go down. The ultimate was used previously. No, actually, he has it back up in time. So they will have some time to create some disruption here. Alex Ish does not like it, though. Exhausted out quite quickly. His damage does nothing as he waits for cooldowns. He does not want his Guardian Angel to go down in vain. You're going to see that fight forced out. He does have the red and the Fates proc going on him. Alex Ish will go down. They're going to focus that Guardian Angel. We see very low health on Toys as well. He's forced to go back into the fight. The portion of it, they know they're going to win. Stanley still giving 0 Fs as he just fights in a 2v1 situation. 35 minutes into the game, TPA completely dictating this entire fight. We have 2 down for Moscow 5. NQ, Stanley just jumping right out of Absolute Zero as True Shot Barrage hits. And you can see they're keeping them from backing. Stanley is allowing this Baron to go completely uncontested.
And that's going to be the exact right answer here. They had the Baron dance earlier, getting that turret kill, and then finally got themselves into the battle they wanted. They just split up M5 completely. Baron is theirs, 53 to 41,000 gold. This is
and that's really not trying to hurt each other, really doing that on purpose, but it is going to hurt in general as they come into these fights. BB so far ahead right now, Freak. This Baron buff could cause that tower to go down.
This is do or die right now for M5. There's no teleport on Stanley. He's only a half lane away, but they did poke off the Banshee's Veil from Anivia. You can see that ticking down on the bottom right of your screen. It's It's about halfway down. That's really their time to go in. They need to get toys out in the fight.
Oh, very nice stop there. Kendra on the right side. They get that. Oh, Little Ball's going down instantly as he gets caught out. They take down Mistake. They have the initiation on this fight, but they choose to halt on it, push out their lanes, and figure out where they can go from here.
So much damage being dealt, and you just saw the explosive cast forcing, especially in the jungle. TPA is happy to just fight like, oh my gosh, Genja, there's a crescendo. He's going to get almost taken down.
Oh, he does live though. However, Yorick ulti coming in. It looks like he wants to get back into this fight, but the Bio Arcane Barrage not even hitting anybody. He throws out one auto attack that entire fight. Very unfortunate. He did take a lot of damage, Freak. Two blinking emblems right now for Moscow 5 as his tower is being pushed. We do see Alex coming down to help his team, but Stanley is by himself up top, pushing that turret. This is not looking good for Moscow 5. The ultimate onto Little Balls. They are going to drop Alex, the Guardian Angel, triggering his Diamond. Dragon's Descent into the middle of the fight to blow cooldowns for his team. Toys, so much damage going down to him, and they are able to back this one out as he comes up from Rebirth. BB focusing onto the inhibitor. It looks like they drop it. Stanley doing so much work up top, going to drop his own inhibitor as well. Two go down at the 42-minute mark, and TPA looks to just hang out in Moscow 5's base.
Right now a 3-on-4, but they're getting pushed out. Oh my gosh, the counterattack goes to Pepper and goes down. They've now got a 4-on-2 on the map, and Baron's gotta be soon. It's in 10 seconds. That is the most fortunately timed fight ever for TPA because they're gonna have complete Baron control. There's no way this gets stolen away, and that was just a perfect setup. They dealt so much damage at the start that they forced Genja out, and as soon as Genja had to go heal, you knew TPA had map control. They could simply just push their faces onto that bottom turret, and they would have the damage to kill it out. And you saw them be a little bit pensive and finally say, no, Genja's out of the fight. It's okay, guys. He's out. Let's go. Let's pick this one up. Even Mundo will respawn in time to allow Baron buffs to go to everybody.
Looks like mid is going to be the first choice with Little Balls in the option to run towards top with his teammate BB. They're gathering together now in front of this turret. The attack speed from Essence Flux is out for both Little Balls. There goes the exploding cast. It looks like they will initiate this fight on. The turret goes down. Darian gets caught out. He can't even ultimate the crescendo, stopping them from using the abilities. Diamond Prox goes down. The inhibitor is open. The double kill comes out. Moscow 5 looking very grim right now. Taipei Assassins look to take down the last Nexus turret, and they will drop Moscow 5 from the League of Legends Championship playoffs.
And would you look at that, the cheers, the yells, and the look of relief all mixed at the same time on their faces. Taipei Assassins are the first team to...
Right now behind us for the finals. We can see how the brackets have gone out here. CLG EU, a Zubu Frost matchup. Taipei Assassins versus Moscow 5 BenQ, the much-awaited semifinal match going to Taipei Assassins. The final matchup we had before that for our quarterfinals was World Elite going down, actually Team WE rather, going down to Counter Logic